You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Welcome to the Dressage Today podcast, Training Buzz. These short podcasts bring you the best tips straight from our subscription video site, Equestrian Plus. To get full access to over 5,000 videos, go to equestrianplus.com and enter DT Podcast to get 15% off your first month subscription. Now, listen in on this week's buzz and enjoy the ride. Welcome to this week's Training Buzz, sponsored by Cosequin. Cosequin, the #1 veterinarian recommended joint health supplement brand, is excited to bring you Cosequin ASU Balance. This formula supports joint, immune, and digestive health. Cosequin ASU Balance helps moderate the inflammatory responses that can cause immune and GI tract disturbances through the innovative inclusion of postbiotics and beta-glucans. The formula also includes the joint support Cosequin is known for, with ingredients such as ASU, hyaluronic acid, and Boswellia serrata extract. With over 30 years behind the Cosequin name, you can rely on Cosequin products when performance matters. To learn more, speak with your veterinarian or visit cosequin.com. Today, hear a bit from FEI dressage rider and trainer Ashley Donatt as she talks about strategies for dealing with competition nerves. She discusses acknowledging the source of your nerves to help take away their power, looking at the physical effects nerves have on your body, and thinking about how nerves are affecting your horse.
Yeah, so we can talk about nerves. That's definitely something that I've battled with, I deal with, all my students deal with. I think it's normal. Like, it's so human to be nervous and have nerves. So if you find yourself experiencing that, I think just take comfort in knowing that you're not alone like that. I think if you don't get nervous, then something's wrong with you. Because for me, it just shows me, or how I think of it is that you care about something, and that's kind of where the nerves can come from. But so in dealing with it, I do think it is important to try and find the source of where your nerves are coming from, because that'll kind of determine how to work through it. And so that means, are you nervous because you're afraid of what others might think, or is it from being judged, by the judge, like at a horse show, or do you feel like you're putting too much pressure on yourself, or do you have pressure coming from a client or from an owner? Is it because you're nervous of making a mistake or failing at something, or something going wrong? And so when you're aware of it and acknowledging it, I think you take away its power that it can hold over you. From what I've seen with my students, and I've experienced myself as well, when you try and just ignore that you're nervous or say that you're not nervous, you're hiding it then, and that doesn't serve you well. And because then I think it's really important to acknowledge it, so then you can move past it. And I think, again, being nervous, I think, is really common, of course, but normal too. And it was acknowledge it, don't try and hide the fact that you're nervous, just accept it and kind of see it over there, that's its own thing. But then you have to try and work, I don't think it's worth the effort to try and make the nerves go away, because then you're more focused on the nerves, and rather than what you should be focused on is what you can control, which is trying to do the things, the actionable things that are going to help you have a better ride. It frees me up a little bit to then focus more on what's really important, which is your horse and your ride. And so I really try and think about how I look at the physical state of how the nerves can affect me too. And as far as, maybe not breathing as well or increased heart rate, that kind of thing. And I think about, okay, what kind of message is that sending to my horse, and how is that helping them? And so rather than focusing on the nerves, I think about what I can do to help my horse instead. And that gives me something tangible that I can think, okay, I need to do this or I need to do that. And that takes my mind off of the nerves and puts me back in the moment, back in my body, trying to connect with my horse. And because they might have their own nerves too, going to a show. And so I really, focusing on my horse helps me overcome my own nerves. And for me, like, I really think about my why too, and like, why am I showing? Why am I doing this? And why am I riding? And I think I do it because I love it and you want to have fun. And I think that is what, focus on that, and that helps me overcome the nerves, because the nerves can be coming from the pressure of showing, or pressure to get a good score, or pressure to make the right impression or something, or to not make a mistake. But that, none of that is fun and doesn't help me have a better ride. What helps me is thinking about, like, why am I doing this? I want to have a good time. Like, I want to enjoy my horse and really create like the best experience that I can for the horse too. And so yeah, I just think about my horse and trying to help, and so then that goes back to the training too. And I really, is of course so easier said than done, but trying to ride at a show like you ride at home, like, it's just another arena. And like, you want to try and keep the training, keep the routine, keep everything as consistent as you can for your horse at a show as what you maintain at home. And I feel like that just builds the trust between the horse and rider.
We hope you enjoyed this bonus podcast. Remember, go to equestrianplus.com to subscribe to our online catalog and enter DT Podcast to get 15% off your first month. Thanks for listening.